now joining me, we have a familiar face, Evelyn Asher, and she is going to be talking with us about a business literacy course that's going to be going on tomorrow at the Watauga County Public Library. But before that, give us a little update on what's up with you, what you've been doing, and what you do here in the High Country.
It's been a pretty exciting 60 days. I have returned to my freelance editing business and business development. So I have worked with clients, constantly nurturing them with their business plans, whether it's an entrepreneur just starting out or a major international business plan. I'm not totally involved, but boy, when you're going to present it to an investor, it should be in top condition.
I bet so. A lot of pressure there.
It is, especially when I've had the good fortune of working with directors, strategic planners for major corporations, and knowing how they need to receive the information in chronological order.
Right.
I'm always looking for ways to present my clients in a persuasive way.
Absolutely. Now talk with us about some of the main things that go into business planning and all of this. I would imagine there are some key factors that kind of carry over from case to case.
There are, and you do have to have a very strong marketing plan. You have to know how your vision is going to develop over a period of time, what's going to happen in the first 3 months, what if something doesn't happen in the first 3 months, but more will happen if there is a plan. And of course you need to know who your staff is going to be, what will happen if you are the sole proprietor and something comes up in your life that you're pulled away.
Right.
How are you covered in that respect? So there are legal aspects too to consider.
Absolutely. A lot of little details that go into this, I would imagine.
A lot of little details.
And you have quite a bit of experience in this area.
I've been very fortunate. First of all, I've been working since I'm 13 years of age.
Wow.
And so I had that experience. I have earned my MBA just since 2004, and I've worked for 3 Fortune 500 companies in the marketing department where things can change on a dime.
Right.
And so it's always that creative, always in a creative mode.
Absolutely. So talk with us a little bit about what's going on at the Watauga County Public Library tomorrow on Thursday, Friday. Can't get my day straight this week.
I always like to give back to the community, and I do feel that business owners need to pay attention to their customers' perspectives. I've had some challenges myself dealing with vendors, and so I like to help other business people see things from the customer's perspective.
Right.
And maybe they don't realize just because somebody comes in alone to a business, why should the business owner say hello to other people in the restaurant just because they're large tables, or maybe a table of 2. Again, maybe just women, I have to say, because that's my experience. When one of the people has a strong connection and the other one has an even greater connection because they're a social media guru, who would want to pass up that opportunity where that other social media guru would probably be going around to all the other tables, taking a picture of the food, posting it, and making it a lasting, positive experience. So.
Absolutely. So tomorrow, kind of tell us what the agenda is going to be like.
It will be a hands-on experience.
Okay.
And what business owners do appreciate, Danielle, is that taking 45 minutes away from doing business to being right there taking care of business. How can they expand? They have 5 minutes to put down their thoughts. They don't have that opportunity to empty their thoughts during the day or to do any planning. So it is amazing what can happen in 1 hour, and I trust they will all leave with very positive nuggets that they can take back and apply right away.
Definitely. Now, any idea how many people are coming out tomorrow?
I never know. Yes.
A lot of people after this interview. I mean,
I've talked to a lot of people during the week, and they certainly have shown a great interest. And in the past, when I was at the Small Business Center, we would have anywhere from 2 to 25.
Wow.
You know, and it's always interesting. It's such a great place to network, and there's so many people who have started business without a business plan, or they need just a little tune-up.
Right.
Or they want to add a new product, or they've recently added the product, and how do they incorporate that into their next campaign?
Right.
And how your business image is found from the customer's perspective on the phone, online, in person. And I had someone come to me when I was counseling, and the person came in and shrugged his shoulders. He saw somebody with gray hair, and he said, "How can this person help me?" He said it out loud.
Wow.
He said, "How can somebody help me who doesn't have any children?" And I said, "I have children. I have grandchildren. The two of us have become very good friends." I provided him with a lot of resources, just what he needed. And even though he didn't go into business right away, it made him think in a whole different direction. And again, I believe that person's perspective opened up just a bit. I've been fortunate to work with people much younger than myself and much older than myself through my life.
Right.
And I gain from everybody.
Yeah.
And I keep a pulse on the business arena, and my son is a regional director for a large corporation. And so, you know, we talk over the table as well, and it makes me think of another one of my daughters who's in food service, so I have a great understanding of operations as well. But again, it is just taking the time to sit down and maybe talk about a campaign. Do you even realize, does the business owner realize what a true campaign is?
Right.
Not just a one-shot. Mail or email or social media campaign. It has to be a combination of, as I've heard Dan Myers say many times on this program.
Things have come a long way. A lot has changed, and there are so many different mediums that have to play into things now.
But it's all about communication. And I have taught interpersonal communication online, and I taught business communication at for the Wright College of Education at ASU as well. And one of my favorite assignments was to have the students interview their parents. It was amazing how they learned more about what their parents do wasn't just a title. And they got into quite a deep discussion. And then they had to interview somebody on campus as well. And it all has to do with the business environment.
Well, it sounds very, very neat. Now, how did you end up setting this up for tomorrow at the Watauga County Public Library? How did this come about as an idea in your head?
Before, I worked at the Small Business Center. Again, I wanted to give back to the community. I had worked 3.5 years at Appalachian State, and I took my first retirement. But I was fortunate to have all this business experience, and I wanted to stay in the arena. So I called Monica Caruso at the library and asked her, head librarian, if I could provide a free workshop for the community, and she was very excited. And then I was hired for the Small Business Center director position, and we held our workshops, the majority of them. It's a wonderful community space. They have the technology, provide all the books that are pertinent to the seminar that's being given. And Monica always promotes them as well in the Watauga Library newsletter.
Well, it sounds
And it
wonderful.
really, the object is all about economic development as well. And for the library, I also, as a way of giving forward, I have critique resumes for people who are changing positions, mostly because they've had a wealth of experience, but sometimes don't know how to put it on paper, express it.
Right. Yeah, resumes can be a very tricky thing, for sure.
Yes, many don't realize how much community experience counts and how it can be applied to other positions because so many people are changing.
Absolutely. So
Very
tomorrow's
rewarding.
event is free, open to the public. What time?
12 to 1 p.m.
Perfect. All right.
And you feel free to bring a brown bag lunch.
Okay, bring your lunch, come out. It sounds like it's going to be very insightful, a lot of great information.
Yes, there will be a worksheet and discussion. I believe in conversations.
Definitely. Well, sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in to talk with us today, Evelyn.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.